Hey, welcome back. This is the KANU Chronicles, and I'm your host, Nate, aka Crash, and you're listening to episode 202. This is just going in as a Solocast right now. It's just me, myself, and I. We're going to talk a bit and recap where the Warriors and the Raptors series is. It is Monday morning, so this is a last-second urgent, gotta hurry up, get it up podcast, so it may not be super long. But anyways, Friday night, the Raptors in Toronto took advantage and got up in the series. They're up 3-1, and now it's Monday night, tonight. I think they're back in Toronto. Yeah, they're back in Toronto, and they could finish and get the first championship for that franchise. So what do we have going on? I don't know. Let's see. It's 6 p.m. So yeah, it's huge. The game on Friday, they really just, it was pretty close for a good bit, and then, they just kind of got them really disheveled. Them being the Raptors over the Warriors. They just kind of got them in some foul troubles. They were making them miss shots, making them, not making them. Then the Warriors also were taking bad shots. They looked out of sync. It was just, it just wasn't their, you could see it wasn't their game. It was a low scoring game, real low mostly. And trying to think, let's see, what did they get? Final score. Yeah, it was 105-92. So real, not a typical score for a Warriors team. They're more comfortable, winning in the hundreds and stuff. So they got them on that one. Real big win. Raptors look fantastic. More, definitely they're more healthy. I think, obviously really hungry, but they're, the calm that Kawhi has, and I think some of the other it's just throughout the whole team. I think they got a good calm about themselves, but they're not playing soft. They're actually really going at it. There was no way they can be that way. I mean, they really, I think they're more battle tested. Really, I think the East was maybe tougher in other ways. Maybe not with big scores and all that type of stuff. But they, nevertheless, no, the East did score really well. It's not like years ago. They definitely can score and stay with, anybody. So, and I know it's not so much talked as East-West as much, but, that is what it is. There is different kind of styles of ball, different, the games out there that, they get more in the paint, typically over the years. Nowadays, it's not like that. There's a lot more three shootings, 3-point shoots. The coaches throughout the league really let them go for it, because you have better shooters, so you could trust they're going to get good percentage, and it's been working, this kind of new style of basketball. So that's what's up. But I think that the Raptors just are a bit more battle tested and have an advantage, and it's showing through. But we'll see. It's going to be, now the pressure is actually on the Raptors tonight, where I think they've been kind of making it on the Warriors. But then, I think mentally they could still put it that way, because it's like they are the champs, and I think if they keep looking at it that way, and we got to beat them, and I think they definitely should be able to wrap it up tonight. It may be a hard-fought win, or it may just be a real beatdown, just like the last one, or maybe a little bit worse. So I feel like it's going to be either or. I don't know if it'll be much in the middle of that, but I mean, as is basketball or sports in general. But although, I don't know. I have to look here. Let me look here. I don't know if there's any Kevin Durant game time call to play. Okay, so they got a game time decision for Kevin Durant. I think that's obviously for the Warriors. That's, you got to pull out all stops, and we'll see. Let's see if if they're going to get him out there. or not. You know, I don't know if I'm sure that they, you know, that it's a it's a risky call, and I'm sure that Durant's going to really make sure, you know, that he's, you know, going to be good enough. And even so, if he's not quite, they're going to have to be very, you know, picky with his time on the court, and he's going to be playing different. I think regardless, you'll see him be playing. He'll probably play different, and you know, to come off, you know, with an injury, it's this kind of game. I don't know what does he really rise up to it? Can he? Is it too much to ask for? I think it is at this point for almost anybody. But we'll see. You know, we'll see if that becomes a thing. I feel that even if he is in the game, I think the Raptors still are in great shape. I think they have too much confidence at this point, and you know, I think they just got more confidence in their game, and they're just looking at it like, okay, you can come in and play, but you know, we're going to score too. You know, I think it's more of that. But it would be it could be there'll be some effect out of it, but I don't know. I think it's a little too late, to be honest. I don't know if that happens and Durant can play. I don't know if that's going to really change everything. It'd be amazing, and I wouldn't be completely shocked if it did, where he came in and did end up having because he only needs a good 20-plus point kind of game, you know. Matter of fact, really, almost anything they'll be happy with, you know. So yeah, that part, I think, you know, that's if they play, the rest of them play really well. You know what I'm saying? If they could, but Durant's typically going to be a guy you're going to get a lot more points out of him. You know, he's going to have the ball a lot. He's going to demand the ball a lot. It's just going to be, is he going to be good enough to shut it down? Is he going to be able to knock it down? I think he can. He has enough game about him that he can do that, just because, I don't know, you know, depending on the state of his injury, but he doesn't have to be super physical. He could shoot from outside. If he gets a chance for a decent lane, he'll be able to take that, you know, stuff. And even so, move the ball around, have some good assist, you know, and just for team morale and getting them, you know, to get them going, it could do a lot. So we'll see. But their backs are we're going to see where the Warriors are. This is the biggest threat they've had in their run over the years. I mean, they've obviously lost before, and, you know, but this time, you know, I think they're in a much even more, you know, they're in a tougher spot than they were before. This is definitely the most they've ever had to deal with, you know, having the injuries the way they have them, being down 3-1, playing a team that has much more balance, and also a really, really like unheard of fan base, you know, quite honestly. I'd say fan bases around the NBA have been put on notice, and I don't know if any teams are going to really rally up like these guys have it. It's kind of hard anyways. You got a whole country to yourself. So, in matter of fact, even if they did have a few more teams up there, I think that they would still have a similar effect when it came down to it, because, you know, it still would be a Canadian until you would have, like, where a team has multiple championships and you have different cities that have had it up there. You know, once it would become more of that, then it would probably change. But I don't know, Canada, I think they kind of rally like that just because, why wouldn't they? You know, especially it's American sport. I think they, you know, they're like that with their sports, though. Even so, it's different. So, very cool atmosphere. I think it's fun. I'd like to see, like I said, I don't see any cities here quite doing the same, but I'd like to see some teams, and I'd like to see some of that happen in some of the cities here, you know, some more rallying like that. But, you have to have a reason to rally too. So, until that happens for some of these teams, maybe Oklahoma, I think they got a fantastic fan base. I could see them get really going. The Lakers, of course, again, even if it's, there's going to be a lot of bandwagon people at that point, but there always is to some degree with this stuff. Whenever a team gets, really going and is the hot team, of course, a lot of people jump on. But it doesn't mean that you don't have a real fan base. So, but the Lakers, it'd be interesting again to see them get back to give, if they got back to the finals within the time that LeBron's here, especially if it's this coming year, that would be just insane. Yeah, you would definitely see something pretty special here coming from, when they would come in and see a live shot of down at LA Live. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of people there. There's going to be a lot of fanfare if that happens that soon. It will happen, hopefully at some point, but I don't know if it's going to happen with LeBron. It's a lot to ask right now. We're way out of line to even really talk about that, because they have to, we have to get into the next season. They have to start really being like obviously dominant. If they start showing up like that and it goes deep, they got to get to that point. Like, to me, until they do that, there's nothing to really get too hyped about. You could pull for them, be a fan, get excited, but they need to prove it. And that's really where it is for a lot of real fans. I'd say here, nobody's getting way too above themselves and saying, "Oh, we're going right to the finals." There's not that bravado here right now. If people are being honest, no. It's hard for that to be for a lot of teams. I mean, because it's now you got the Warriors and the Raptors. Now the Raptors, will they be of that caliber still, even if Kawhi goes? I think so. They got enough pieces there. They showed that they can play even without, and they would still make a great acquisition for somebody, so that's not a problem. So no matter what happens out of this, I definitely think the East is theirs. They could keep it for a while, or they could at least be, in the mix. Even if they have a year where they're off, they're still going to be deep in the playoffs, I hope. And that's good. Get a new team to look at, and there's Philadelphia could be right there. They can end up actually replacing them. That's going to be, next year is going to be that much tougher, for everybody. I think we got a lot of good. I think there's a potential for the next 10 to 15 years of basketball. I think can be. I think it could be a very, very fun time, for the league, if depending on how things can work out. I'm just saying, like, I'd like to see hopefully some in that, that period. I would like to see, at least 5-6 teams hopefully get a title, some decent movement, maybe more. Maybe it'll be more than that, but I don't know. That's asking a lot. That doesn't move around a lot, in the league. Usually, even in 15 years, it's 3 teams. That's it. There's a lot of times where it's been that, or two teams almost. But anyways, that's pretty much where we're at. We're right down to the wire. Yeah. Sorry again. I did my best. I was trying to get Broski on, but no can do. Don't know what happened, what's going on. But hopefully we'll get him back here soon either way. But just give you a heads up. Actually, let me also plug. I didn't get to say that already, but if you're not following, you could follow me on Twitter at KANU Chronicles, and also on Instagram at GRTN and the number 8. That's Great Nate. So either or. So there you go on that. Also, you could find KANU Entertainment on Facebook, and I'm trying to be more active on that. Go ahead and like the page. And yeah, again, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check it out. It's KANU Chronicles. You could also hear the podcast there. And wherever you're listening, Please rate, review if you can, share, anything. It all helps. I really appreciate it. So just wanted to put that out there. 202. It's amazing. And a lot of episodes. I haven't done a solo cast for a while like this, but we're going to make it happen. So yeah, it's been a good run for these playoffs. It's the first time in the podcast we committed and went through the whole playoff run. I think we did try to do it some years back. Maybe in a couple different times. I know we've covered here and there, but this is the first time I really got to go week by week for you guys. So, and of course before this I've already, kind of would cover some stuff, but now after this NBA Finals, I would say it's probably going to be pretty light on the sports. I'm not interested to do this with, regular season stuff. Like baseball, like I might talk about it a little bit, guys, but it's like I'm not really paying hardcore attention. But I'm sure I will start mentioning some here and there. But, I'm going to be opening up. We're going to get more. We have a lot of things in store. So, yeah, just look forward to it. We're going to have more guests. And it's possibly going to be more podcasts through the week. I wouldn't say a whole lot, maybe 2. Well, for sure, at least 2, and maybe even 3 at the most that I could see possibly. And we'll go from there, unless some really amazing things happen. And, shout out, please. Shout out to iHeartRadio. Shout out to Stitcher. Shout out to CastBox. Definitely shout out to CastBox. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all the love I'm getting from you listeners. iTunes. Shout out to iTunes. I know that they're something about them. They're changing or switching streams or something's going on. But either way, the OGs of the podcast, iTunes, making podcast really big to start with. So shout out to iTunes. Podbean, of course. I got to give Podbean respect. That's our host. If you're interested in doing a podcast, definitely check them out. I don't have a promo code from them on hand. I'm probably going to have to start including that pretty soon here. So speaking of, let's get into little ads. We'll get into Postmates here. If you haven't used Postmates, please use my code. It's Martoff, MARTOFF. Use the code, save $100 on free delivery for a week. So basically, I'm going to give you the heads up. Before you get it, just do this. Get it and then order all week. Enjoy and get all those discounts. Get that $100 off. So treat yourself. Get yourself dinners. Get yourself lunches. You could order beyond that. You need dog food. You could order dog food and have somebody get it for you. You can have them do groceries. You can have them go, pick up makeup even, from a Sephora. I mean, Postmates covers way more than just food. But hey, at the same time, you like to eat and you don't feel like dealing with cooking. It's hot. You're busy. Whatever. Order Postmates. Like I said, you get $100 of free delivery. That adds up. So go ahead and treat yourself. Use the code MARTOFF. 2 F's as in Frank at the end. And you could also find the link in the description below. You can click on there. Go ahead, download, join up, and receive that $100 free delivery. All right. So going right back in. So looking at from ESPN right now, it's saying Tony Parker, former Spurs or longtime Spur, he's formally retiring at age 37. So he's finally hanging it up. Oh shit, I don't blame him. Guy had a hell of a run. I think he's got 3 championships, I think, with them at least. 37, he retires with over 1,200 games, regular season games. He averaged let's see, he averaged 15.5, 5.6 assists, and 2.7 rebounds. So, shout out to Tony Parker. Congrats on a wonderful career, man. Yeah, he can't do it. It's over. Yeah, if he did, yeah, I basically said at the end of the day, if I can't be Tony Parker anymore, I can't play for a championship. I don't want to play basketball. So basically, yeah, he just, got to that point. I can't contribute the way I'd like to, and it's too bad. It gets to that point for any of these athletes. But hey, better do it now than having to be hobbled off or something really terrible happen. But yeah, great player, man. Very good player. He definitely was a big part of them getting, the recent championships they had. Yeah, big part. Him and Ginobili, huge. So yeah, it's hard if you're a Spurs fan. Shout out to my friend Manny. I know he is, and long-time listener to the show. I appreciate it, Manny. But yeah, he's a big Spurs fan, and it's been tough, man. Hey, man, your team has had an amazing run, and probably closest to the Patriots for basketball, in terms of basketball in a way. If you're going all the way to the David Robinson, Tim Duncan, the beginning of this whole franchise in terms of championships and great teams. But man, that's, here we are, and they're still very viable. So, it's just different. It's hard to get used to when you have guys that you watched for a certain period, and, it's hard to watch new guys. Not that they're not good or something, but it's something to get used to. It's same with, the Steelers. It's been like that. I mean, the only thing that's been consistent now, we've had Ben forever, so that's been, we're spoiled with that, but we know that that's coming to an end not long from now. So, yeah, it could be tough just for any team. The Patriots, watch how tough it's going to be for them. But then who knows? There are other players out there. It's just getting used to that. So, big time stuff. But even bigger news, and thankfully, good news now, but Red Sox, David Ortiz, ex-Red Sox, I should say. He was an ex-player. He's been retired. David Ortiz, I'm sure by now everybody knows, this happened, I believe, yesterday at some point. He's down in Dominican Republic, probably visiting family or living. Maybe he stays there, I don't know, in his off-season. But he was basically shot in the back from some random person. Looked very close to some kind of attempted hit. Something like that. They called it an attempted robbery, but the video says otherwise. And thankfully he is in stable condition and seems to be doing really well, considering no major... Well, it said it hit his stomach from the back, but thankfully nothing vital or he doesn't have anything life-threatening else. He's going to be good, basically. All pointing good, but very, very alarming situation that just went down. And they did get, the people there, whoever got the guy, looks like pretty quickly, and there's video, and they beat him bad. So already some justice being served, and I'm sure he's with the authorities. Be interesting to find out if there'll be anything else to find out, but who's behind that, or was it just purely this guy himself? You just never fucking know. But yeah, thankfully, David Ortiz is doing good. Hope he recovers well. Much respect to Big Papi, great player. Yeah, Yeah, no, a great player and I think a great guy. And it's terrible, man. You can't, this guy's all the way. It's just like, man, you can't, it's just kind of different, but not really. But it's like Nipsey Hussle's situation in a certain way, you know. So we'll see. We'll go from there. But that's the big news that's been going on. Pretty much. Yeah, I know a lot of fights this weekend. I'm not a big fight person, so, I'm going to give you some breakdowns, though. I didn't watch any, but I'll go over what went down. Or I'll try to here. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this stuff is so different. ESPN. I mean, they got everything. It's just you got to know what the hell you're looking for in here. Okay, here we go. Cueto versus Morales, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. KO by Cueto, Kojudo, maybe Sejudo. We got Valentina Shevchenko versus Jessica Ai. Valentina, she won. Tony Ferguson beat Cerrone. I saw that. Cerrone got fucked up bad, man. His eye was, I think it was him, yeah. His eye was like bulging out of his head or something. And then we have Petra Yan versus Riviera. And Yan won. Yeah, those are the lower cards. And then we'll go... Don't know if there's any standout prelims, but... yeah, that's pretty much what's up. Again, guys, I'm sorry. I don't have much to add to it. I didn't watch this weekend, but it was obviously pretty exciting as usual. UFC, they deliver. They definitely keep, in terms of the fighting overall, it's made things way more interesting. If it was just boxing still and that was it, it would be pretty, it wouldn't be that exciting to talk about. Even if you'd have one, you'd have like, a fight here and there, but UFC, you just get that much more. Every week you have something usually. There's at least one fight that's really good or worth talking about. And, there's not many weeks where it doesn't seem like there isn't something big that happens. So shout out to UFC, no matter what. Even when they, when things don't play out the way they want it, they still end up pulling off some stuff. There's so many fighters. There's just, it's more than just the organization. It is the fighters and the interest in the sport. It's huge, man. It's just fantastic, and we're getting to see it develop, and it's just been like a whole new culture that's exploded, in the last 15 years, pretty much. More than 15, but really I would say in the last 15, particularly. So that's what's up. That's where we're at. As far as boxing, I don't know there was anything going on big. I could try to see if I could find. Yeah, let's see. Man, they really put boxing way in the. Oh man, but you can find everything here. All right. Zab Judo awake in the hospital after brain bleed. Oof. Okay, well he's good then, but damn. Okay, GGG, Triple G, KO. Okay, Triple G won this weekend. He did a KO, round 4 KO. Now he's ready for Canelo. Okay, we got something interesting there. I'd like to hear Kim's thoughts on all this stuff. He would have a lot more to say. Let's see here. Wilder reveals Fury rematch to come after Ortiz. Huh. Oh, okay, so if Wilder first beats Ortiz and Fury gets... okay. So they're saying if they're just going to set it up, the Wilder-Fury rematch to come after the Ortiz fight. So if Wilder first beats Ortiz and Fury beats Schwartz, okay, well, that adds something to it. But still, everybody's like, you need to fight Joshua. But I don't know now, with Joshua kind of out of the sorts, I think that kind of goes away. Let's see this knockout. I'm going to watch this Triple G knockout real quick. Golovkin. Yeah, I didn't know this guy's name. Rolls, Triple G Rolls. Am I watching the same one? Maybe I'm not. No, Golovkin. It's a different guy. Yeah, man, it's a long ad. I'm not going to sit here and wait for that. Alright. Sorry, guys. Because I just don't want to have you guys sitting there like waiting for me to watch a fucking thing. Maybe it's coming on now. Here we go. Okay. Just want to take a look at this one. Oof, yeah, he was already done. Oh, this is Triple G. Yeah. Nice. I know one of you guys are like, you should know that, Golovkin. I'm sorry, man. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, you got him good. Ooh, yeah, right to the chin. Tap the button. It's over. He face planted. On the ropes. Yeah, he was stammering already right before that punch, so it was coming. Very good job. Very good. Yeah, man, Triple G. He's not even super big against that guy, but man, these guys are warriors, man. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much covering the sports talk stuff. Like I said tonight, I'm going to say Toronto closes it out for sure. I think they're going to get a good, like an 8 to 10 point win. And I don't know what the odds are, but man, I don't know if it's going to be as low scoring as the last one. I feel like, so the last one, the total came out to 197. So is it going to go over 200? I would guess more over 200. That's only a few more points, so yeah, I can see that. It's got to be over 200. And who would the MVP end up being? I'd say it's going to be Kawhi most likely, unless he just doesn't have a game, but I can't see him not having a game. At least good enough. I don't know if he'll have a huge scoring game. I think it's going to be very even. I think he'll, at best, he may have a 30-point game. But I think it's going to be spread out pretty nicely. And I think he's going to be pretty high up there to get MVP of the finals. It's pretty hard not to, especially all things that have happened, going all the way back to Philly, and he has played, he's had to. I mean, if he didn't, yeah. I mean, the team has played very well, so I don't want to take anything away from them, but, being that, this is a situation, I mean, they definitely have needed him, they needed everybody. Just like Golden State's showing, you need everybody. You do need Durant. They were trying to write it off. Oh, it's fine. It's like, yeah. I mean, yeah, I think Golden State could still be a very good team, but it's a big, I think it would show over time, though, like, it would be a difference, and it probably would be a diminish a bit, and depending on who they would replace him with. Yeah, I don't know. Golden State's we're going to see here, but most likely they're losing, and in that fashion especially, this offseason is going to be very interesting to see, what changes occur. But it could really alter everything for them. They should still be a good team. Just they may not be a very good team anymore, though. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. The Magic comes and goes, man. As go ask the Lakers back in 2004 when they came up against Pistons of all team, and that really shattered it right there, And then right after, Shaq was on his way, and things all changed, and Kobe basically had to be out of sorts for like 3 years at least. I think after that, I think it was pretty tough road there until they got back into it. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to sports. I wanted to also mention, take a listen if you guys can. Actually, I'm going to throw it in here. I'm going to throw a little sample of it at least. But you guys need to go check it out. Go to SoundCloud or go to YouTube right now. You could look up Summer in LA. It's Monica Martov. This actually is featuring Diastrid. That's the singer. But check it out. It's a new remix, new version of a song that's 30 plus years old. So, yeah, I hope you guys like it. It's very upbeat. This is one of, out of my mom's collection of songs, and I'm getting, this is the latest thing I've gotten remade, if you want to say, so to speak, redone. She did do a demo years back, and I have that available. You could find that as well. And, it's something we've been wanting to do for some time, and finally got to get it done. And shout out to Diastrid, fantastic job. And shout out to Zinat. You can look them up. I think you can look up Zinnat. He produced the track, and I can't say much more, man. It was just, and mixed. Actually, he did a whole thing, mixed it. Just excellent overall, great help. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. It's not out for sale just yet. Maybe looking for that coming up. But for now, just enjoy. You could stream, add it to your SoundCloud, and check out all her other songs too if you want to, give a listen. She's got a wide variety going on. It's not all lyrics. There's quite a few instrumentals. Mostly that's what she did. A lot of instrumental compositions. And these versions you're going to hear, they're updated. They're, most of the instrumentals, they were done by a musician by the name of Busted String, who did everything in terms of the, recording and all that stuff. But these are her, actual pieces. So they're not the original ones that she played, but, obviously we got to give you the best versions. So yeah, so that's what's up. So yeah, check it out. I appreciate it. Yeah. So, and you're going to be hearing it right in this podcast right now. Probably already listening to it by now. And you could also follow her account on Twitter as well, Monica Martov. You could follow her there. And yeah, so that's a new thing, and there's more coming. So I'm in the midst of getting another track of hers done pretty soon, so gonna be cool. Not gonna say much else, but we, definitely some plans coming up here, overall. So really been an interesting journey, from the last few years, getting to work on her stuff and having it done the way it's been done, and hearing it from, having other people do it. It's just really been fun, and everybody's done such a great job, man. I'm super grateful because, we had our original compositions, and those are nice, you know what I mean? And obviously necessary, she wouldn't have anything if she didn't do those, but, most of them she didn't get to really put she couldn't go in a studio. We didn't have that set up. These were just her writing versions, and all that. So, yeah, so it was something a long time coming that I, wanted to get done, so yeah, so that's where it's at. And, it's been fun, and we got, some more stuff to do. We got we did get a song placement this past year in an independent film called Paint It Red. So you can check that out. Starring a friend of mine that's part of the also was part of the producing. Tommy Kihas. And yeah, so it's a cool film. Fun, it's a fun indie flick. Actually, another guy too, I can't remember his name, but he was the sensei in Karate Kid, the bad guy sensei. And he also has a cameo role, so to speak, or he has a role in it. I shouldn't say cameo. I don't think he necessarily plays himself, but yeah, it's kind of a where's the money type situation. People coming up murdered, and they're in a, it just all takes place in this wacky apartment complex in North Hollywood. So yeah, it was written and directed by my late friend Paul T. Murray, who unfortunately passed away just a year ago now, pretty much. So R.I.P. to Paul. Shout out to any friends or family if they're ever happen to listen to this. This was his last actual work that he was a part of in that sense, directing and so forth. I know there's a couple other things he did that is coming up, that they're still being done, so he still has some stuff left, so glad that happened. But yeah, great, he was a interesting guy, but to say the least, yeah, he was a character. But yeah, it's a cool, fun film. It's not going to be like, oh, this isn't about Oscars and awards and all. It's just good, crazy, fun little film. So check it out. It's not super long. I think it's like maybe 2 hours or less. And you could get it. It's called Paint It Red. I'll say that again, Paint It Red, and it's on all the platforms. I think if you got Amazon Prime, you could watch it for free. And I don't know about. Yeah, I don't think it's on Netflix. Yeah, I haven't looked for it recently, but it should be soon. I remember that was going to come up. So, but yeah, you'll find it pretty easily. I'm sure iTunes, all that stuff. So, yeah, check it on out. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap up. I know I told you it was going to be a bit short, but that's okay. Thank you for listening. Shout out to all my listeners in Canada, Australia, Spain, the UK. I know if I don't shout you out, I'm seeing you guys. I'm going to be shouting out more soon. I'll have a list, but I appreciate your guys listening. And sorry if this one, I know that they've been running a tad late on Mondays, but trust me, we keep it going. All right. All right, guys, we're on it. Getting into it. We're on a Monday here. Gonna finish up. Well, not finished. We're not finished yet, actually.
Yeah, that's it.
Actually, I got ahead of myself, but we just feel that it feels so close right now. But we're in the midst of the Game 5 about to happen for the Raptors against the Warriors back in Toronto. Left off Friday, where the Warriors were beat down in the end of the game, basically, by 13 points, 105-92.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Very physical game at times, and sloppy in the beginning, though, for both, I would say. But finished up really great, especially if you're a Warriors fan. Not so great if you're finished up great if you're a Raptor fan, but not so great if you're Warriors.
Yeah, the Warriors fans need to sit down for a minute, or just take a breath. This game may be the last game, or it may not be. We don't know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, trust. I think they're pretty. I think Warrior fans, they're feeling it. I think they're feeling it for the first time. For the first time, really, out of any of the championships.
They look really, really vulnerable. But like I said, if you're a Warriors Warriors fan, be realistic. Just be realistic, man. Just don't sit up there and be like, oh yeah. Because I mean, myself, I'm really thinking the Warriors going to pull it off. I don't know why it's got this weird epiphany, like, oh, I think they're going to win. You know, I don't know why. I just think
here it is.
I don't know why.
Well, here it is. Breaking news.
Breaking news, man.
Durant plans to play in the game. Of course, he planned to play tonight. But,
of course.
But I mentioned, you guys, well, you'll hear depending what part of the podcast, because I already did some Solocast on this one.
Yes.
So we're going to keep it kind of light here. We're not going to do too long. But I was just saying how I think that at the end of it, whether he comes back or not, I could see it being, definitely it's going to be an effect, and they're not going to need a lot from him. But I still just think that it's going to be. I don't know if they're going to be able to snap back right in the sync right away. I think the Raptors and the energy up there. It's going to be interesting.
Yes.
Yes,
the momentum is like Mr. Momentum is all in their fucking ass right now, man. I'm sorry.
And they're treating the Warriors as they should. They're like, no,
yes,
you are the champion. We're looking at you like you got the trophy even for this year. That's how we're playing you. We're not playing you like, we're so good and we're doing great and whatever with these guys. They're bums. No, they're playing. They're playing at them like, no, we're going to wrestle you for this. Those tug of wars with the ball. That's where they're at with them. They're like, we're going to rip that shit from you right now.
Yes.
So, which is good. That's how you just like if you're going to beat the Patriots, you got to punch them in the face, man. You can't just go up there and pity paddle and fuck around.
No, man. You got to make them real uncomfortable.
Yeah, man. You got to kick somebody in the shins, kneecap them.
And you got to make sure that these guys are like beat up when they come in. The Warriors are just beat up. And like you said, on both sides. It's just that on the Raptors side, it's more of the guys that are not a factor that are really beat up.
Yeah, well, it's a different beat up, and I'm telling you, the Warriors got some road weariness now. All these games you can see it on them. It's like a president after a while.
Yeah, you start looking like, dude, this motherfucker was 29 when he got there. He's 60 now, After 3 years of that shit, man. So, yeah, hell yeah.
Your voice starts getting, that enthusiasm lessens,
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, man, like that guy with that championship run, when before he got the belt, man, he was, hungry. He was knocking guys out. But now that he had the belt for, 3 years, it's like, dude, it's like, really, it's hard for me to really get up. The only reason they're getting up now, I think, is they don't want to look bad. That's their thing now. Like, hey, man, we're
for self-preservation, right?
Yeah, we're still the fucking Warriors, man. Fuck all that bullshit.
Yeah.
We're still the Warriors.
And they should play that way, yeah.
I think it's that kind of thing now. It's like, yeah, we might lose this game, man, but we can't lose tonight, man. We cannot lose.
Oh, yeah. Tonight.
So.
Yeah.
That's what I figured. That's what I figured tonight. So it's just like, I just feel like they're going to come with a lot of fucking energy.
Over under 200 points.
Probably over. I'm thinking it's going to be like 101 to 119, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Warriors going to make that. And it's going to be, they're going to get smashed in the mouth the first quarter because they're going to be all discombobulated. But that next quarter, I think, man, from second quarter all the way on, dude, they're going to tear the fucking Raptors up, dude. I just got that feeling. I'm not predicting shit. I just got a feeling, man. That
That's fine.
They're gonna come in with a real.
That's fine. Some people, they get to listen. They're gonna get to hear this right before the game. We're gonna get that out there.
Awesome.
I tend to think that I'm really going. I think the Raptors got a good 8 to 10 point win on this one.
Okay.
It
could go either way, man.
I think it's gonna
come in there and just be like, "Fuck that." No.
Yeah,
man,
I think it'll be. I think it's gonna be a good game, and I think they might even be behind. But I think they can. I just feel like they're going to win like that. That's what I feel like they're going to do. I feel really good about them. It's they got just a huge energy up there. I mean, of course, now there's going to be certain pressure, if you want to say, but not really because it's
like real pressure on Toronto.
Yeah, I think there's definitely pressure on them, but I think that I don't think they're gonna have a problem. They have such a calm about them. I don't think that's gonna be a problem.
I don't think it's gonna be a thing where they're gonna be all, oh my God, the limelight, oh my God was so shocked. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think
Like they got the right temperament of guys. You know, they don't. You know, they're not that excitable like that. So.
Yeah, Lowry is about the only one that's pretty much, you know, like that. Rah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
probably so.
I
Yeah.
think everybody like Kawhi Leonard. I think that motherfucker was just like, dude, we're good. Don't trip. Don't trip. You know, just calm down. You know, okay.
Oh yeah, no, they showed him in the locker room the other day coming out, and I think it was Lowry trying to give him a high five or something.
No, that was the bench guy trying to give him a dap.
A dap, and then
Leonard was like, over here, man. But he was thinking they was doing the rally. That's what Leonard was telling him. Like, dude, I thought we was getting ready to do the rally. So I was like, no, we do it over here, man. We don't do it right here. You know.
Yeah, but he just had such a look, like he was just.
This passionate look, dude. It looked like he was getting ready to go get some fucking coffee or some shit. we getting ready to go see a terrible movie or some shit. You don't look happy. It's like, dude.
Well, I didn't get that he wasn't happy. I just got that he was really like deep in thought or something.
Yeah, I'm the game, dude. The game. I don't got time for that shit right now.
Thinking of little shit. You know, some about a missed pass or, you know,
something. Yeah,
sitting there going over details and thinking about the other team's defense. You know, I don't know.
No doubt right now, dude. Hold on.
Got shit on my mind, man. I got shit on my mind.
Come on, man. I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't saying no rap. So that was pretty wild. But like I said, I don't know, man. I just got a feeling. I don't know.
That's fine, man. That's what we do. So, anyways,
we'll see.
we could move on. Did you watch any boxing or MMA this weekend?
Well, I looked in on
Triple G with the big knockout. I watched that clip right now.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what you go in there against a guy. I don't give a fuck he's undefeated. I don't give a fuck who he is. You go in there and you're supposed to be the touted guy. You go in there and finish that shit off, dude. You don't play around with this guy.
He didn't fuck around with that. That was nice.
No, he didn't fuck around. No, he didn't. No. And it was like, okay, now he wants to fight Canelo again, which I think, we don't know. Canelo don't duck nobody, so I don't really know. Canelo's like, Canelo's like, fuck it, let's do it. I beat your ass, you know, we had a draw the first time. I beat you the second time. We can do another one. Canelo, I don't think he's going to be doing that Mayweather shit. Like, oh, no, man.
No.
No, man. We're going to see the people, Canelo be like, let's do it.
I think, well, that's the thing. I think amongst that and like we were saying and how it's been, it's very much out there being talked of, fight fans, all that. So, you know, it's the pressure's on more for these fighters and the guys that are like, hey, I'm not that guy. You know, now it's the time. Step up. Let's be, let's get back to some basics here. Let's be some real fighters. You're already fighting anyways. Don't sit there and try to manicure your fucking career, man. You know, you're still because you there's no guarantees in that shit either.
No, you may go in there and think you're like, oh, I got this guy.
As everybody just saw, right? Yes, and that wasn't even that situation.
Yes, and I mean, and that was the fun part of boxing. That you get a guy coming in there like he got nothing to lose. You know, ain't nobody even looking at me to win shit. And go in there and knock out the champ in the seventh round. I mean, really beat him up too, not just a decision. But a real beat up, you know.
Real clear, like, yeah, he won.
He won. I mean, you couldn't say nothing else. Shit, he won. Shit. Now, the 4 knockdowns, he won that fucking fight, man.
Yep.
Shit.
Done.
So it's like, we'll see, man. We'll see. Like I said.
But I also saw that the Wilder Fury 2 fight will not happen until, I guess, each of them are going to fight. They have
mandatories.
I guess so. It's going to be after the rematch after Ortiz. Wilder Ortiz is next if he beats him, and then if Fury gets past Schwartz. So they both have fights coming up.
Okay.
So it'll be in 2020 if the first part of 2020 if they do it.
See, and I'm still like I said, I'm not a Wilder fan, dude. I'm done with him. And that shit he said after the fight, he could have just said, this is what he could have said and made himself look better than he did. If he would have said, oh, man, damn, Joshua, you lost all this money for us, man. But, okay, congratulations to you, Ruiz. I guess I'll meet you next summer or some shit. That would have been a nice thing to say. Instead of that shit he's saying like, oh, this motherfucker, oh, look at this motherfucker. And now we see who was ducking who. All this dumb shit. He didn't have to say that, dude. He could have just left that shit alone. Mm-hmm. That did not show a championship spirit to me. That showed like See, like you just looking for a way to bash this guy, which Joshua wasn't bashing you. So I don't know why
it's just a theatric, and it becomes a theatric because it's you know what I mean. That's what it is. You're just trying to sell some kind of show coming up. You know?
I hope to God Ortiz whoops his ass this time. Because he damn near beat him the first time. I hope Ortiz whoops his fucking ass this time.
So that should be coming up pretty soon.
I want Wilder to lose his belt, man. I'm done with him. I'm done with him as a champion, dude. He's just a guy that's like, you talk all that shit and you doing, and then you're not fighting nobody. You know what I mean? It's just like Tyson said. These guys ain't fighting each other. It's just that all these guys are running around, waving the belt around, but ain't nobody fighting each other. So it's like, I don't want to see this shit no more. I'm like, I'm done. I'd rather see an old Tyson versus Larry Holmes fight, nigga. Fuck this shit. I'm tired of this shit. Man, you guys are terrible. I'm watching old fights, dude. I don't even watch the new shit. And like I said, the Triple G fight it's like, okay, that's what you're supposed to do. You go in there and beat a guy that's a nobody. Never heard of this motherfucker. Knock that motherfucker the fuck out and move on. You know, come on. Yeah. You know, Pacquiao, and that's the next big fight is Pacquiao versus Thurman. I hope to God, please, boxing guy, please give Pacquiao that left hand. Just knock Thurman's ass right the fuck out. Third round, knock Thurman's ass out. Get rid of his ass. Just get him out the fucking division, dude. He's a waste. He's a waste. I don't give a fuck. I'm done with him.
So did you watch any MMA?
I watched it. I peeked in on this. What's her name? Sarah Cinco. I can't pronounce her fucking name. Anyway, she knocked Eye out with a head kick that was ridiculous.
Okay.
It was like, that was ridiculous. That was fucking ridiculous.
I saw some of that, little pieces of it.
That was ridiculous, man. That was a Holly Holmes type of head kick too, man. I was like, damn, it's just that.
Woo, they got the picture right here. It's Shevchenko, yeah.
Yeah,
Shevchenko, some shit. Well, when you have the word shank in your name, or something close to it, you know.
That should tell you right there, she's a bad motherfucker.
And your name is I.
Yeah, Valentina. I just know her first name is Valentina. That motherfucker is a beast.
Yeah, Valentina, yeah.
Yeah, she's a fucking beast, man. But yeah, she turned her eye up. She kicked her out with a head kick.
We just call her VS. VS.
Yeah, VS, man. VS. That motherfucker. She's a beast. She's one of the few people to beat Nunez, so I'm pretty sure they're going to meet again.
That'd be great. There you go.
Yeah, they'll meet again. And Nunez, she's somebody else, and she's healthy. She don't duck nobody, man.
No, hell no. She'll be there.
She don't give a fuck. So then what's his name? Cejudo. He beat up the guy. I thought the guy was gonna beat him, Morales or I forgot Morales.
Yeah, Moraz. Yeah.
Moraz. Yeah, I thought he was gonna beat the shit out of Whisper. Cejudo ain't no joke. That motherfucker's not a fucking joke, dude. I mean, he's a little short dude, and he's one of them little dudes that you be like, man, shut the fuck up, and he'll just grab your ass and tie you up in a knot, man, and roll your ass down the fucking street, man. It's like, oh my god. He's a beast. He's a beast, man. So I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but they have some pretty good fights in MMA. I peeked in on a few of them.
Hey, man, I was mentioning it. I said, hey, congrats to UFC to have this kind of organization, and it shows not just them. It's not so much them, but I was saying more to the fighters at large, the pool of guys out there. It's so amazing. So
yes.
And I'm really, I think that if there isn't already, I'm sure there's a little bit, but I think there's going to be room for another league pretty soon, possibly.
Yeah, you know what?
There's enough guys out there. I think there's more we're not seeing that probably really are fucking good out there, man.
There's a lot of guys that get kicked out of UFC. They don't like the way Dana White handles shit, and shit like that. So it is room for another league.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. So, because you're right, it's enough fighters and enough good fighters. So.
When you think about it, it's like there's so many. There's so many places out there and training. I mean, it's insane.
That shit blew up. That shit fucking blew the fuck up, dude. It's everywhere.
And I'm just saying, like, it could start nice. It could start kind of small. It doesn't have to, like, come out and try to compete. Just start small. Get another little league going on.
But they got Bellator. They're still... They they own the floor, but they get a lot of guys.
Yeah.
They get a lot of guys that's like they don't want to deal with the UFC. Black guys don't want to deal with Dana White and their principles and shit like that. So they'll deal with Bellator.
Right.
It's a little bit more freedom. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know I don't know why UFC haven't absorbed him. UFC absorbed fucking everybody.
Yeah.
You know, except for like you said, there's still a few little fight leagues out there. There's about maybe altogether maybe 10.
Okay.
That's still running around. If you look at like
Strikeforce, is Strikeforce even around, or they're done?
Strikeforce got absorbed.
They're absorbed. Right.
But I'm just saying, like WEC, Strikeforce, and another one got absorbed. Those were like the main ones. But it's like a few more. Bulldog is still hunting around. There's a lot of little fight leagues out there dude, that's still like, cause they, you know, it's almost like the I guess you could say like the fucking D League of basketball. You know. Because that's where they get a lot of. There's still a pool of guys you can still go and tap and say, "Oh, this guy was fighting over here." Right. You know, and now we brought him over here. You know, we talked to him or whatever, and you'll see if they still get guys. It's still a D league. It's still a D league in the MMA still. You know, it's still a big culture. You know, it's still like, and they still got shit overseas. Right. They still got that shit overseas, dude. So it's like, man, they UFC cannot absorb them.
Yeah.
You can forget that shit.
No.
You know.
Yeah, there's only so far you can go, so.
Yeah, they can, all the shit here, they mostly kind of, you know, like grab hold to. But like you said, there's a lot of little, there's so many fighters, dude. It's like, there's so many camps now, you know. There's so many. And those are starting to join forces. You know, like fucking Carl's Jr. and Green Burrito. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck it, let's join together. Fuck it. Right. You know, fuck it, why not? You know?
Well, that's what they call in business to business.
Yes.
B2B,
yes.
yeah. Yep.
So they do that shit, man. It's like I said, and like I said, and then you got the cashier boxers are back and forth where a guy go like, you know what, I'm sick of MMA shit. I'm gonna go into regular boxing. I'd rather strike than do all this wrestling shit, you know. Right. So then you got that shit going. Then you got football players, Greg Hardy, that'll go into MMA and flourish, you know. With a crazy football player, had a terrible attitude, but go to MMA and flourish. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you need to be doing, you crazy motherfucker. You don't need to be in there playing regular upright sport. You need to be throwing niggas on the ground and beating them up and shit. So but it's like like I said, it's a cachet guys. Yeah. Here, there, whatever. You know. Right. So boxing used to be that medium where you run around and you'll be boxing, and you'll be a football player, you're a basketball player. Boxing was the next thing. If you had that attitude, you know, some guys got into the training just to strengthen something. And right. You know what? I like the boxing shit. You know what? Fuck basketball, fuck football. I'm gonna go into boxing shit. I think I can make a little more money and shit. You know, it just depends. It depends your attitude. You know? Yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap that up.
Yeah, man. And like I said, we don't have no big fights coming up right now. Yeah. Only thing we got is the NBA, and like I said, I'm like I said, I don't know why. I ain't had no dreams or nothing. Nobody came, no bird sat on my shoulder and told me this shit. But I think Golden State gonna win.
No inside scoop from somebody up in Bakersfield over there.
Nobody told me shit.
I meant to introduce you. You know, my Bakersfield correspondent, Kim Broski.
The up north correspondent. They're not really up north, but more like the hot.
Yeah, up north sounds almost like you are doing time.
It feels like it. It feels like motherfuckers.
Like, man, if you're doing time, you're sure taking up the phone.
Man, dude, hey, man, don't phone check me, nigga. Back up. Back the fuck up, nigga. No, I don't want no syrup or jelly, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
No, real talk. We are definitely out there open. We're free agents. We have this going on. You guys want to bring us into your studios, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and whatever, please get in contact. I'll have my email. I'm going to be promoting it more. Yes, we will be more than happy to provide and do a show from a studio. Thank you very much.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, I would love to. I think we have a great time in the studio.
Or you want to put us at Airbnb style, do it like Drink Champs, you know? Hey.
Whatever.
Just back us up. We'll take care of the rest. I have no problem with that.
We got the talent. We just need some place to do it. We got the talent. No problem.
So just putting that, just got to put it out there. You know, let you guys know. So thank you.
Yes.
But yeah, check out I know you haven't been on. I'm gonna kill you, man. You got to get on your damn IG, dude.
I will, man. I will. You know what? I'm gonna do it.
I'm telling you, man.
Tonight, I'll get on it tonight, man.
Do a little bit, man. Fuck around.
Relax a little bit. Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, go ahead. Give him your IG.
My IG is Humbug Slim at gmail.com, right? That's my IG for what's the name? Right?
Yeah, just the Humbug Slim.
Humbug Slim. Yes.
As it sounds, HUMBUGSLIM.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. It's not a nickname. It just actually was the name when they asked you which one you want to pick up. Because I put my own name in there, and they said, "Well, no, this stuff is available." And I don't remember the name I put in there, but that shit came out. And that's like a pimp from the old days, Humbug Slim. Oh shit!
I know we got to come up with a shirt for that one, actually.
That's awesome. I love that, man. When people say it, they go like, they almost say it back to me like I'm a pimp. Oh, that sounds cool.
Steven, put it on the shirt. Yeah. Just put it there. Put the handle. Put at Humbug Slim. Fuck it, and put a little
Slim,
put a little dude underneath or a picture.
Yeah, that's my fucking my.
We just have to get. It'll be a picture of you. We got to get you like a hat, like a whole get up and shit, man.
Yeah, with the gold tooth and the big fuzz, all that bullshit. I need to get a character. I need to develop a character for Kim the Pimp and Humbug Slim. I need to develop a character for that. That would be nice.
But anyways, also, I just wanted to mention too. Check out Broski on Acid on SoundCloud.
On SoundCloud, yes, please do. It's a mixed bag. It's like a jazzy type of
stuff you did on Acid. Like how many over? What was it like? I feel like some of them are how old? Over 10 years. Some of them.
Man, at least that was all Modesto. That was all my Modesto tracks.
Wow.
I wish I would have had all of them, dude. But see, what happened was the Acid thing kept messing up.
Right.
When you go into Acid to download your music, it started messing up, and I was like, oh my god! So I missed a lot of songs. I lost a lot of stuff too. So, but like I said, I'm gonna try to get that stuff back up too, man. Because now I know to do a comedy album or whatever. I can do it myself.
Dude. All you need is to get at least a little. Like an iPad or a touchpad or anything.
And then just have all you need is laugh tracks. That's all you need is the laugh tracks.
And they got I'm just saying they got you could do this stuff from that now, like at different there's other programs even if you want to. I don't know, depending on what you want to do, but I know Acid. I looked up Acid's a part of a different company now, but they still exist.
Okay.
Yeah.
But see, all I need is laugh tracks. And that's it, because I'm just going to record my jokes and then just as I'm listening to it, I'll just put the laughter where it should go, and that's it. That's the only way. And I should have been doing it when I was up there, but I was always so discombobulated, always doing this, always doing that, and it was like, fuck, so I never got, and I should have just did it one time that we was on the phone, because we went crazy one day, and I was like, man, that would have been a perfect album.
Right.
To have that, but I was like, I can still do it.
Yeah, just do it again now. Yeah, just start doing it.
I just need, like I said, I just get a laugh track, the mic and all that bullshit. That's simple, man. I can do all that shit in one setting. I don't have to, maybe two settings. I can buy all the stuff I need. The laptop, everything. The laptops, you can get a laptop for fucking, $200?
Oh man, easy.
Yeah, so it's like, and that's with everything on it.
Yeah.
$200. I do that nice.
Yeah, you might want to. It might be a recent use, but it'll be in great shape, man.
I can get an Acer, dude, for $200, and that motherfucker.
They got the Chromebook style. They're new for that much. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I can just get something. I just got to make sure to get.
And like I showed you that one thing for a regular little desktop, that little ass one for $100. Shit.
See, that's what I'm saying. Something like that. That's
even that, man. All together with the nice screen, you're spending still under $300.
Man.
It's ridiculous now. It's ridiculous.
Awesome. I could do that shit, and it wouldn't take me no more than about a couple of days to do a whole fucking comedy album. And be done.
Or whenever we get a chance, or either if I get to come up or you come down here, we just do it.
We can do it like that too, because that way we can sit up. And then it'd be like I have your laughter in the background, and whoever else is there, maybe Tracy have her laughter, and then add all that to it too. So I'm just like I said, I just want to do it. I just want to do it, and then see what happens. You put that motherfucker out there, you never know what might happen, dude.
Right.
What might happen? You know, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, man. Because all I gotta do is just do it.
We're putting it out here right on the podcast. So there you go.
Well, I'm doing it. I'm just letting you guys know right now.
Well, it's good because it puts the fire under you to do your.
I gotta do it because it's like I can go on stage and do all that, open mic bullshit, whatever. But then I can just do this shit myself and act like I'm at an open mic. You know what I'm saying? Just do it like that. And then
it's a start. It's a start.
Yep, and I just got to tape different performances, like I'm at different places. Man, I can do it. I can fucking do it. It's easy. And I'm listening to Bill Burr a lot.
Yeah.
He's the one that's really, like, putting a fucking, like, needle in my neck. And it's like, God damn, dude, I know. I know he's older now, and he's probably way chiseled, but, man, I would love to just sit down and just talk to him, man. But, I want to see, I'm watching a lot of his old shit, so I want the old Bill Burr.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's just weird. But I still would love to hang out with him. I would love to. I don't want to do a podcast with him. I want to hang out with him. I just go somewhere, me and him just sit down, eat, talk and shit. I don't want to do nothing. We all out in the fucking public. Nah, I just want just to hang out, dude. That's it. I want to hang out with him. And I know he's going to have me fucking crying and shit because he's stupid.
Oh,
he's
man.
fucking stupid, man.
Yeah, he wouldn't have to say much of anything. It would just be like...
Well, the thing is, I think and if you catch him at that serious point, that'd be even more funny because he's trying to be actually serious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it's just one of his rants. He just starts ranting about anything. And that's the thing I want. I don't want him to be serious. I don't want him to be, like, trying to make me laugh like it's a bit. I want him to actually just, that shit pisses me off. Look at this guy. Just starts going off. I already know it. But yeah, so let me go get ready for work and all that.
All right. Shit. So we're out, guys. And thanks again. Peace.
Everybody, hey, let's all go out and play. It's summer in LA. It's summer in LA. Everybody, hey, let's all go out and play. It's summer in LA. It's